What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having another fantastic day today. You can call me Spree and welcome back to another Madden 21 video. Man, it has been absolutely crazy today. We have had so much information, so much about the new game, Madden Ultimate Team in particular. Let's go ahead and break it down. I am super hyped for all the info. Most of the information that they talked about in the stream is actually in this Gridiron note, so I'll put a link to this down in the description below if you want to have a look any further. First up today, we have ability caps. Now in Madden 20, as everyone knows, you had a set of abilities that you could have in your player. Each player could have superstar XFactors, and you are limited to 3 players on each side of the ball, offense and defense. In Madden 21, that is going to change. We are going to have ability caps, kind of like a salary cap for abilities. Each ability is going to have its own value of AP or ability points. You're going to start off the year with 10 ability points, and you're going to be able to spread those out across the team. Now, you could either go ahead and stack up a particular player, make them absolutely juiced, use up a bunch of your points, or you could spread it out. Instead of only having 3 players with abilities on one side of the ball, maybe you're going to go ahead and have 6, 7 guys with abilities. It will be interesting to see what all of the AP values are for all of the abilities. It's going to add a different complexity to the game. It's something else that is part of the team building process. You have to consider where your ability is going to be used and how you are going to prioritize them. I think it's a great addition. Here we are, we have Bobby Wags. As you can see, Reach Elite only worth the 1 AP. I like the screen, I like the look of things. I think they've done a great job. I'm hyped, I'm just hyped for the next game. Let's move along, see what else is there. Tackle Supreme worth 2 ability points. Goal line stuff, Avalanche, so XFactors by the looks of things aren't worth ability points. I think that's going to be something to keep in mind. It looks like they've put a lot of effort into making some more X-Factor abilities that are actually going to be a bit more interesting. To encourage people to put more value into these X-Factors, I think it was a good choice to go ahead and make a few more and keep it at 0 AP. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of that. Right here, here's a couple of screens showing you which players you have activated and how many AP points they are currently using. Now, they did say that there are only going to be 10 AP points available to the team early in the year, but that will change throughout the entire year. So look to each series change, maybe bringing in an additional or a couple more AP points. Obviously, there are going to be more abilities that are accessible throughout the year as players overall comes up. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out. We start off with 10, but I would say by series 2, we're probably looking to slowly start building it up. Last couple things to cover for abilities. Now, there are going to be up to 5 abilities per player. Right here, you can see 80s get that first slot. When you get to 99, there are going to be 5 ability slots. That could be huge by the end of the year. Something to think about as we progress through the game. And the other thing is archetypes are going to play a big part on the card. Now, some cards will have different archetypes where the abilities that you pick will have different AP values. So you might pick a field general, for example. I think this is what they use in the stream, and whatever ability you're looking to get might take 1 AP or maybe 2 AP. But if you want that same ability on a scrambling quarterback, it might cost you 3 AP, 4 AP. So your archetype might make a big difference. It's going to add another bit of complexity to building the game. Something to keep an eye out when you're picking your player. Archetype might make a big difference. I'm sure we'll be looking at it and trying to figure it out early in the game over these next few weeks. Next up, we've got the card art, and I'll be honest, I wasn't particularly fussed on all of the issues that people have been pointing out. I had a feeling that they'd come up with something a little bit more interesting. They had so much area that was available. I just guessed that they'd be doing something interesting with it, and it looks like that's what they've been doing. As you can see, this is a breakdown of some of the dedicated spaces on the artwork. In the item binder, there's going to be this concept of focused and unfocused. So when you're focused, when you're looking over a particular player, hovering over it, you're going to see its abilities, its X factor, its passive abilities, as well as its team, its chems, everything that you need to know about that particular player. When you're looking at other players that are unhighlighted, you're going to get that more simplistic view where you just see their overall, you might see their team, and that's about it. So there is a little bit of difference between what players you have. I like that interactiveness of the card art. I think it's very clever and I'm appreciating it, so I'm definitely happy with that. The back of the cards got a little bit of love as well. No longer will they just be the cards with kind of darkening everything else out. We're going to have a dedicated screen, as you can see here. Compare, nothing particularly different, but I just think it's a bigger focus on it. You're going to be able to see all aspects of the card. We can actually have a quick look at all the tabs. So this is the home tab, the one that would usually be there when you click on it in the item binder. The attributes are something we're familiar with. You click R1 or the right bumper and you're able to see more of its stats, a bigger picture view of its stats. And then finally we've got upgrades, and I really like that you don't actually have to click into it, wait for the screen to load. It's all going to be there. I hope the UX is really quick and responsive, but I do really like that it's going to be right there, easy to use. You don't have to wait. We want to play the game, we want to get into it quick, we don't want to have to wait for load time, so that's something that I'm definitely happy with. Alright, our first promo talk, we've got Rivalz, which is going to be kind of like the welcome to Ultimate Team. You're going to have a set of challenges to go ahead and get through. Once you get through them all, they're going to be very easy to beat. You're going to get the chance to choose from an 85 Ben Roethlisberger, an 85 Zach Ertz, and an 85 Jalen Smith. I wouldn't expect too much from the cards, but a free 85 for just playing a few challenges, that's a good way to start the game. Next up, we have theme captains. This year they've gone with the legend route, so some players, some iconic players from a particular set of teams. Eddie George, Leroy Glover, Ed McCaffrey. I'm excited about Big Ed. Aeneas Williams as well. They said that it's going to be super easy to change which particular card you have. One of the other things is these players are going to have a version for every single team, so you're going to be able to pick a captain that is useful for your particular theme team if you are running a theme team. I think that's a great addition. Having these Masters cards that are able to get any team chem is a really big win. As you can see, here are the 4 different options. Once you open up that pack, you'll be able to choose which version of the player, which team of the player that you want to pick. So that's going to be Rivalz. Moving on to NFL Epics, I am really happy with this. There's going to be a bunch of challenges, 25 challenges for each of the 4 players. No money spent players are definitely winning. This is your chance to pick up 4 really solid players to start the game. Obviously, if you're running no money spent, you need to be grinding solo challenges to build up your team. That's what I'm going to be doing, that's for sure. Larry Fitz, Adrian Peterson, Ronnie Lott, Jack Youngblood. These cards are looking pretty darn good. Next up, we're going to move on to Mutt Master. Now, this was a really interesting choice, and they talked about the reason why they went with Sam Mills, the middle linebacker. In recent years, they've been focusing on guys not just who played the game at a high level, but who have really interesting, motivating, inspirational stories that go along with it. Sam Mills is one of those guys. If you haven't already, go search for a story. I think what they shared in the stream was really interesting. There's a lot of reasons why they went with him. He's someone a little bit different, so I appreciate that. I know he's on the shorter side, but let's see how the Mutt Master card goes. I'm excited to have someone different. As normal, a bunch of challenges to go ahead and complete to pick up tokens so you can level the card up. There he is right there, Sam Mills. One difference for Mutt Master this year, there is going to be a cap at 93 overall. Usually we have 95 overall. Each series is going to have a specific list of challenges to complete. Once you complete all of those challenges for each series, you're going to get yourself another token able to boost them past that 93 overall. So you've got to complete that main list to get it up to 93. You're going to get yourself additional tokens each series, so it's going to be able to get leveled up consistently throughout the year. Next up, Level Master. I'm super hyped for this card. Andre Johnson, he's going to be an absolute beast. Probably going to be on the team the entire year. I'm excited to have him back. As always, as you progress up the levels, you're going to get tokens to be able to level him up, so you're going to be able to grind and get a better version of him as you play the game more and more. One thing they did talk about is there will be different kind of abilities for this player. Now, not different in the sense of he's going to have his own set of abilities, but maybe the way in which you get into an X Factor or you get knocked out of it might be a little bit different depending on which ability X Factor you pick. So there's going to be a bit of customization with this card. I'm excited about it. They did say that there is going to be the ability to throw any team chem on him. I'm not sure if I'm making that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Excited for that. That's going to be an absolutely huge dub for everyone with a theme team, so really happy if that is the case. There was so much information shared, but we are really nearly there. Bear with me a little bit longer. Theme Builders is up next. This one is familiar. You're going to have to grind a bunch of solos, 16 solos by the looks of things. You get a fantasy pack, you pick the team, Each team will have a specific offensive and defensive player. Over the next few days, I'll go ahead and break down the best theme builder players to look towards. I've had a quick glimpse at some of the guys. They're going to be some very glitchy combinations, some under the radar guys as well, so definitely keep an eye out for that. On top of that, we've got theme diamonds. Now, as we do every year, they like to go with slightly different names for theme diamonds, so most of these are going to be club legends or fan favorites. There's a whole lot of different guys and I love it. It's great to see some different guys in the game. I'm seeing Elvis Dumerville, Bob Sanders, Eric Weddle, Dante Hall again. Good to see Travis Frederick back, Justin Smith. I know I'm skipping over a few guys, but just to give a few examples, we're going to get some different cards in the game and I'm excited for it. One thing to know, that boy Barry Sanders is going to be the master, so that's going to be super cool as well. And to finish up, we are going to have the Legends promo. Now, they didn't talk about any of the new Legends, but they did say that we will have the idea of Boss Legends back. Now, if you remember from Madden's previously, what happens is every legend will get a set player, so you pick up the pieces as normal, you complete the set and then you get the player. There's also going to be a boss version. It's usually limited time. We'll see what they do with that, but that is going to be a +1 stat boost to every card. It's kind of like a power-up card without having to do all the steps for a power-up. It's going to be interesting to see who goes with those boss cards instead of the power-ups, because obviously power-ups are going to get boosted throughout the year, but I think that's a different aspect to the game. I know people opening packs are going to be hyped. Pulling boss cards in the past was absolutely crazy. I haven't pulled one in any of my years playing Madden. Maybe this year is going to be the year. And really that is about it. They did talk about EA Access. They have confirmed that August 21st is going to be the date. They will let us know if there's anything out early. We do have the full Mutthead database. There's a bunch of exciting players that they've talked about. Now we have everyone in Madden Ultimate Team, Madden 21 accessible now. So over the next couple of days, I'll be going ahead and talking about some of those guys. Isaiah Simmons has an 87 overall rookie master card with 90 speed. That guy is going to be a glitchy user from day one. I'm super excited to start talking about some of these guys, start planning the teams. I'm going to do a no bunny spent guide, trying to focus on guys that you should be focusing on, challenges you should be looking at. There's so much to think about, so much to plan. I want to do and share everything that I'm going to be doing so you guys can have a little bit more information, so when you go into it, you can pick and choose the right way to go. If you're hyped for the game, if you're ready to dive into Madden 21, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate you coming through. It has been a lot of information. I know it might take a little bit of time to process. We're a couple days from EA Access and a couple days from the MVP edition. I'm excited to get into it. I hope you guys are too. Thank you very much for coming through. Take it easy, everyone. You can call me Spree, and we out.